In my last post from my most recent blog entry, I talked about in order to change the world, we need to improve ourselves. I realize that this sounds very self-centered, but when we are overwhelmed to the point of paralysis by everything that is going on, so nothing is getting changed, it is the best place to start, especially if you're not the activist type, but want to contribute to betterment. I shared how I turn to and rely even more on my strengths because that's when I feel my best. And when I feel my best, I have the energy to pour into others. I find myself less judgmental and more accepting. I'm not so quick to anger or frustration, so I treat people more kindly. When I'm feeling my best, I smile more and shine my light. You guys know what I'm talking about. Just think of the last time you were in a store and how you notice the difference in just how people carry themselves and make you feel passing by. We feel other people's energy without even having to directly engage with them. But the other day, a cashier was returning from her break while I was wandering through the clothing section. We crossed paths twice, blocking one another from going in the direction we were headed. I smiled and chuckled, thinking, what are the chances that we keep running into one another while I was moving out of the way? But she huffed, rolled her eyes, and stomped away with annoyance. Clearly a difference in feeling good and shining a light and feeling poorly and sharing negative energy. It's these small interactions all throughout our days and lives that we typically don't pay much mind to, but actually affect how we treat one another. If we want to see a change in the world, we need to start with creating a change in the world directly around us, because each interaction goes on to another interaction and spreads either light or darkness as they go. Ultimately, people just want to be accepted for who they are, but we spend so much time judging, criticizing, ridiculing, and trying to change others in order to make ourselves more comfortable. I could have gotten all irritated by her reaction to me and scowled while checking out, because of course I happened to get in her line. But I chose to be myself and not let her attitude affect who I am. So I was pleasant and left feeling just as good as I did when coming in. Because I am aware of the fact that living in our own strengths goes far beyond ourselves and is something that we bring to the world, it was a choice I was consciously making at the time. When we are confident in the unique gifts we bring to the world, we feel more comfortable with the idea that we are not all meant to be the same. Stop and think for a minute about what a boring world it would be if we all went about things the same way. But if we don't know what our unique gifts are, we look to others to tell us what they think they are, or in other words, what they want them to be, which is what I used to rely on. Or we try to emulate the gifts that we see in others, which just makes us feel anxious and even more unaccepted because we can never be just like someone else. When we try, we are left feeling not enough or maybe even too much. I used to be chastised for and therefore felt ashamed of the gift that is actually my number one trait. Never in a million years would I have told someone that it was a strength of mine. But now that I understand myself better and not only accept but embrace who I am, I use that gift to benefit not only myself but others, and it feels amazing. One small change in the perception of myself has helped me shine my light on others even in the smallest circumstances, instead of hanging on to that air of negative energy, of self-doubt that comes from judging, criticizing, ridiculing, and trying to change. Not sure where to start? Let's go through your personal strengths order and deep dive into how to view your natural traits as your gifts and share them with your world, which will then be spread throughout the world. Be kind to yourself and one another. Thanks, guys, and have a great day.